So good morning, welcome to Trading with Goals. I was just talking about the PPI. It's 0.2 versus 0.6 previous, which is in March compared to February. And then jobless claims, we have 211 versus 221K previous. Yeah, it's estimated to be 215. And PPI, it's estimated to be 0.3%. So yesterday we had this bearish move with SPY going down, and SPY rejected 510, and the level we had talked about was 508, which is the previous support. And then today we want to see if we are going to reject the same level. So SPY is still going, we're still squeezing, and so many stocks are squeezing. I posted the list of stocks that are squeezing on the daily. Okay, so SPY is still kind of going sideways. It's still in the 3 weeks tight pattern. So sometimes we've seen stock, they pull back fast before they go up. So we had a drop yesterday, but it wasn't that big because we rejected the previous support level 508. So we want to see what happens today. We beat the estimate, so I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know how the market interprets to this. To this report. So we'll see when the market opens. But so far, it's not like yesterday we had a huge drop afterwards, but nothing much is happening. Now, it's still the same sentiment because we didn't have much happening yesterday after market open. We had some stocks going up. I talked about the stocks to look out for, and we saw some reaction, but they still created lower highs. So I want to count days today and see. I think yesterday was day. So we had, this is where we had the change of character. So this is our day 1. Then we had day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 1 yesterday. So today is day 2. If no move is happening, then we are not getting a pullback today, then we might continue down into day 3, then probably see some movement from tomorrow into next week. If we're not getting a bullish move, then it means we're going to go down. This is day 2. Okay, so that's for SPY. Nothing much has changed. As long as we are rejecting 5 or 8, then it means we're going up. But as we are going up, we need to go back up to 424, 425. So any move up and we're still not hitting 425, just get put, it's a lower high, we should be going down. The same thing for QQQ. Sometimes you might have a reaction on CPI and then no reaction on PPI, or the opposite. The other time, I don't know, we didn't have much reaction on CPI and then PPI, there was some moves. So it depends. This was not such a huge drop. I know we lost 10 points for QQQ, but we still rejected this was so 434. I think last time we hit 434, so we have a double bottom for QQQ. So it needs to break this level. For the next target level is 427. So if we're going lower and still reject 427, it means we're still going up. Okay. So for QQQ, I think is this one had consolidation. I think it's the same. So we have 1. Like, we don't even have a change of character for this one. It's trading. Oh, we did yesterday. So here, if you look, This one went down, but we didn't, we closed inside. And this were in decision. Then yesterday, we broke this. We broke below 439 and closed below it. So yesterday is when we had a change of character. So if we have a bearish change of character, we need to break below this yesterday's support to go lower. QQQ was trading sideways inside this range candle. Unlike SPY, we had this range candle and it was just going sideways. So if we count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 days it was going sideways inside this range candle, and then yesterday it broke support. So we have a bearish change of character. If we open, so yesterday was 434, we need to open. So if it doesn't go back to 434, then we'll open above yesterday's this 434 level. Then it means we need to go back up to 449. 449. Last time we rejected 450, so that's the level we need to go back to. So any level we are going up to today, and it's not gonna touch those previous the previous high. So for QQQ is 449, for SPY is 425. If we're not touching those levels, then we're still not out of the woods. So no much reaction. We'll see what happens when the market opens. Now, yesterday we got some move from, I'd said look at semiconductor stocks because NVIDIA had pulled back. It had an inside bar. Okay, so NVIDIA yesterday, sorry, this is Tuesday. So Tuesday we counted the days. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days of pullback. So yesterday it created an inside bar, meaning it opened higher than Monday support, and then it did not have a change of character. So we still did not hit 880. So we rejected 880, but this was a good move. If anyone got in at open, it was a good scalp from 836, went all the way to 872, and then went sideways, then 874. So this was a good move. Any of the stocks that had a huge drop, I said, look at them because they, even if we are pulling back to a lower high, they can give you a good move. So NVIDIA gave us a good move. But even if we do 50%, so 974 and 830. So that's I hope you guys now know. I know I mumbled this math, but I hope you guys know what I'm doing when I'm doing the 50%. So this is the 4 hour, 874. We had it go below 0.76, and yet on Tuesday, it went in this what we call the golden zone. So the golden zone is a level between 61.8 and 50%. We know it's the week, but the minute a stock, even if it's the week, is penetrating inside the golden zone, it is telling us we will pull back, yes, because it didn't go to 50%, but it was inside this zone. So we pulled back, yes, but if we are not going back to, so now we need to go back to 904, and if you're not going back to 974, it's still a lower high, and it means here there is a possibility we're going to go all the way to 810. Okay, we've seen stocks that have just penetrated by a week. They pulled back, created lower highs, then they went, the next time they were coming down, they broke these levels to go to 50%. So this is an indication of a weakness because it is getting inside this golden zone. So as much as, even if we are bullish today, as long as you're not going back to this level, it means the next time we're coming down, we're going to break the 830, and we are watching for the 50% retracement. That's for NVIDIA. The others, AVGO, you guys already know they had already pulled back. So this one had already gone to 50% retracement. 14. The first time it hit 1438. This is what I'm talking about. Even if it's a week, like here, you see the first time it touched the golden zone, when the week, it was a small one. It went inside the 61.8. It means the next time, after the pullback, if it does not go up and create a lower high, it's going to break that level and it's going all the way to 50%. And this is what AVGO did. So that's what you're anticipating for NVIDIA. If we are pulling back, creating a lower high, it means you're going all the way to 50%. So AVGO did that and went all the way, but he rejected the 0%. It created a higher low, and that's why we went back up. Okay, so still the same thing for AVGO. If it's not going back to 1438, then it means we're still going lower. It still has a weakness on this 50% level. You see, this is the 50% here, 50% here, and it's been touching a couple of times. So if we're pulling back, if we're not going to 1438, just plan for puts. AVGO was the one which was late to pulling back. So these ones, they are in the 3 weeks tight pattern. The same, they had already done the pullback here. That's way back in early March. They came down. You see this one, the week. Here, the week went up, lower high, broke, went all the way to 50%. And then it went back up. This was 1,007. This was 1,004. Even if it's 1 cent, it's a lower high. Attempted here, and then came down again. So now we want to see, because it broke 50%. So for LRCX, the next time it's coming down, you're looking at it going all the way to 912. It's at 961. So if it's pulling back up and it's not going to retest this 1,007 level, please plan for puts. That's LRCX, SML. If they've broken before, it means they will do it again. It was only NVIDIA that had not done that. Okay, this one had also done it. Then went up, lower high, lower high. So these are still confirmed bearish trend. We're just waiting. If it pulls back and is not going to 1,005, 1022, just get puts, because they'd already broken 50%. This one is clearly just touching 50%. It means they should go all the way back down. MD, you guys know this one, we should be looking at the daily, not even the 4-hour. So you see, in MD, it almost going back to 161. So this one, you should look at the daily chart. So we came from 227. It broke 78.6. It broke 61.8. So it's just rejected 160, which is the 50%. So the next time, if it's going down, then it means we are going to go lower, retest 160. That the previous support is 161, and then go lower to 144. So if you're not bouncing today, any lower high level, just ride puts back down. Okay, that's for semiconductor stocks. Now, Meta yesterday proved to be stronger than Netflix. So Meta, we had the the, slingshot setup. So we had here 531, then we went down. On Tuesday, we broke below this low, okay? So after you've broken, you are supposed to go up. If it's not going back up, you give it up to 3 days. So what did we get here? Like a double bottom, because you have 506 and 505. And that's why I'd said yesterday, look at Meta. And that's what you're seeing. It's going up. So we still have to give it 3 days. So this was the day it was supposed to make a move. If it's not making a move on this day, give it up to 3 days. So this is day 1. This is day 2. We have to give it up to 3 days to see if it's going to retest this level. So we already got a double bottom from Meta. And yesterday it was a good stock to scalp because it went all the way to from 505, it went to 522. Okay. So the slingshot setup means it is supposed to go retest 531, break it and go high and then give us a new high. So that's what we're still looking at today. Now, if it doesn't give us a high in the next 2 days, it means we should be, it's going to be a failed slingshot. Then we should be preparing for puts. Okay, Meta. So Meta gave us the double bottom yesterday. Netflix didn't give us a good bounce. So we had the 639 on Monday, new high. We got the slingshot setup. Now, because Netflix broke this support, it didn't give us a double bottom like Meta. So there's a high likelihood we have a failed slingshot setup, because you guys remember the slingshot setup, these 2 days are important. So we're supposed to go down the day it hits the 52-week high or 2-month high, and then break the previous day support, which is what it did here. Then you're giving it at least 2 days. You're looking for double bottom or a higher low. So instead of Netflix bouncing off the 615, what did it do? It went lower. So if a stock is going lower, it means now the slingshot, you might not get the slingshot setup we've seen with the others that had failed slingshot setup. So when it goes up and it does not go back to 639, is a lower high, just get puts, and you're going to break which level? We're going to break 607. So you also have to remember previously when Netflix went down, it broke 600, the multiple of 10. So it means our target here, it rejected 600, but before that, it broke 600. So if we are bearish, then it means our goal is to go to 590, because we broke 600 here mid-March. So we always have to remember this is the first attempt. It broke below 600. Here it rejected 600, went back up. So we know the next time it's coming down, because we broke this support. If we are going up and creating a lower high, you're getting puts. You're riding it down, and it's gonna break 600 to go to 6. Our target now is 690. Okay, so that's what you're looking for, because it's only Meta that did that double bottom. Netflix broke support. It went even lower. Okay, now I want to mention something. I already showed you guys this indicator. I just want to show you guys something important. When you're looking at these levels for any stock, you want to see what was the previous week high and the previous week. So now I'm gonna uncheck the open and just leave the previous week high and the previous week low. Okay. When a stock, the beginning of the week, every Monday, you want to see where this stock is opening. Is it opening above the previous week high, or is it opening below the previous week high? So if it's opening below the previous week high, you know there's a possibility it can go back where? It can go to the previous week low. And that's what you're seeing here with Netflix. So if you put this indicator and just leave the previous week high and the previous week low, you would have seen Netflix, if it's not going above this level, then it's going back to this support, and it was almost touching the previous week low, which was 605. So please have this, especially today, because if we have any stocks that is going to break, please, especially if we had any stock that was going down last week, or any stock, even if it was going up, they started from somewhere, which was the low. It means if we are not going higher, then this stock will come back down to this level. So for Netflix, if it's rejecting this previous week low, which is 605, it means it's supposed to go back up to this level and break above it, then it's going higher. But if it rejects this level, then it means we're going back down. And this is the level we should be worried about. So if we look at Meta, okay, so the previous week, this is Monday. When Monday, the high the previous week was 530, so we barely just survived the high. Now, when it's coming down, it didn't go all the way to the low, which is 480, 481. So this is what you're watching for. If it's not breaking this high, then it means if it's coming down, we'll come back down to this level. Now, if you look at some of the stocks which are good examples, like RH, okay, you guys are seeing RH. So this is Monday. No, this will give us 2 weeks. So this is the Monday you're looking at. It broke below the previous week low, went up. It didn't go all the way to the high, the previous week high, so obvious. So it continued down. It kept dropping. And if you guys, anyone would have been playing post-year RH, this is what I talk about. It went from 354. When you're playing post-year, you're not just playing that week. This was on it reported the previous week on Thursday. So if you had bought puts Monday and bought time, it went from 350 all the way. That's how RH behaves. It drops and goes up very, big moves. So 272 pulled back to 290, a lower high, and then continued to break this level to go even lower. Okay. Now, if this stock is pulling back, then you're pulling back to this level. This is the same level you're watching for to pull back. So any of the stocks today we are watching, crowd, the one that the stocks that are squeezing, you're seeing crowd. So this is Monday. So Monday, this is the previous week high. When it opened, this was the previous week low. You're coming back down. It rejected. The next day it touched. The next day it broke it. And then now, if it's going up, this is the level it's supposed to go to. If it's not touching 326, then it's going back down. If it's lower than this, then it's going lower. So any stock that is in between those levels between last week and this week, very good to watch. In case we are bullish, those are the levels you're looking at. If in case it's not bullish, you're breaking this, then you're going lower. Okay. Even SPY and QQQ is the same thing. Just put the previous week high and the previous week low. So if you look at SPY, so this is, we broke this here. The minute you're seeing a stock is breaking and breaking, it means it's a sign of weakness. We're going to break that support and probably go to retest that previous week low. So here we broke that. The previous week low was 512. We broke it. Now, if we're going back up, then we have to fill this gap. If it's not going back to this gap, then you're riding it down. So it's important today, put this indicator, look at it for any stock you're trading. Those are the levels you're watching for. You're seeing coin. This is Wednesday. So Monday was here. it was going up, it rejected going back to the high. So if it's not going to the high, you're getting puts. So here we got puts, and it's rejected this level, but the next day, Wednesday, we touched it yesterday. Then when it's going back, if it's not going lower, you're riding it back up. The goal is to go back to this level. Okay, it's just two levels that you're watching for any stocks today, because if you are bullish, it means you have to go back up to this level. If we are bearish, it means we have to break this level and go lower. Okay, now all these CPI and PPI, anything, all these are about the interest rate. So we want to see these, how the financial stocks, the energy stocks, and I mentioned, as long as energy stocks are strong, bullish, and gold is bullish, we might not have a move for SPY, the stocks, until those things cool off. And we're not seeing, I think gold yesterday pulled back. So GS, the same thing. So this was Monday. If it's not going up, it didn't go up here on Monday, it didn't go up on Tuesday, then it's coming back to this level. It broke it. It broke 400. So now we want to see if it's going back up, then this is the same level you're watching for, or we are continuing down. So I'm still keen on seeing these energy stocks, if they're still continuing up, because if they're still strong, no. So we have a doji. We have indecision here. So it's important to see what the energy stocks do. They either decide to continue up or pull back. Very hard to have energy stocks strong, gold strong, financial strong, and the other tech stocks are strong at the same time. So we have indecision. Today is important to see, do they want the energy sector to continue up, or do we get a pullback? If you look at gold, yeah. So we have a doji. So we have indecision on these two sectors. So whatever they decide, it's either we're going to get a pullback, or they'll decide we are continuing up. Okay. So yesterday was a doji. GLD rejected 220. And then here we had a lower high 218. And this, the open and the close is the same. Okay. So if we're getting a pullback below this level, pull back to this level. Okay. Now, still, I insist on stocks that are hitting 52-week high. We have gold there, FANG, we have there, CAT and Metas and all these. The stocks that are recently hit 52-week high. So this one, we had 381, 381. We had double top, and then finally it broke it. We had a new high. We had a slingshot setup here. So this is viable slingshot setup. Why? Because slightly broke it, but they open. So we are not looking at the pre-market level. It went down, but they open, and it opened about 364. So we're looking like having a double bottom here. If we are not bouncing, so we are at 372. It went up slightly yesterday, 10 points. So we need to go retest 382. If it's not, then it's a failed slingshot. We're looking at puts. So that's why I say your best bet is those stocks that have hit 52-week high and they gave you the slingshot setup. So we have CAT, we have Meta. So we have FANG, which is indecision, gold indecision. DE, it created a lower high yesterday. So we had DE 413. Finally, we got 414. So it's this a new high. Then we broke here. No, here we had a double bottom. So it didn't break. And then finally, it broke this level. So even if a stock does not give you the slingshot setup in these 2 days, it can give you the third day. because here it meant it still wanted to go up. If it's not going up, then anticipate that slingshot setup is what you got here. And now we are looking at DE. We had a lower low here and then a higher low. We want to see if it's going to break 414, then we'll get a new high. So the ones that are guaranteed, that are positive for slingshot setup, we have CAT, we have DE, we have Meta, and then the others you're looking for either that pullback, FANG, and GLD. So Netflix broke support. So it can go back up to retest that level, but if it's creating a lower high, that's a guaranteed puts. Then we have this one. So this, we hit 508 DPZ. We had the slingshot setup here. It went down. Was it? Yeah, we went down. And then the next day, it was like what? Double bottom here, but it went down the whole day. And then it started going up. Okay, when it went up, we had 503, still a lower high. We have 493, 491, still a higher low because it has not gone back to 481. So we're still looking at it to break which level. So this is a good example of that previous week support. So here, this is Thursday, Friday. So Monday, if it's not going up here, it's pulling back. If it's not going down here, it's going back up. So this has gone back up. We need to break this to create a new high. So DPZ still has a chance. And the rest, I've listed the 52-week high stocks. So if you want some stocks that are guaranteed to give you some move because they have the slingshot setup, that's what you look for. Now, we're still looking at ENPH. We know last time it has not gone back to 138. That's the level we're still looking for. This was a lower high, 127. And you see here, this is Friday. So come Monday, it rejected this support. You're riding it back up. When it went up, 122 was a lower high, came down. Now it's going back up. So want to see if it's going to break this level, 127, to go higher. FSLR has a slingshot setup. Okay. So we have 186 here. Then it came down the next day. It opened lower than this day. So we have a slingshot setup. It's going up. So if you want those stocks that give you guaranteed for trading, day trading, scalping, or even possible a high chance of swing, look for the slingshot setup. Just the stocks that hit 52-week high or 2 months high. The past 2 months, this is the highest this stock has hit, and FSLR is in that list. And then after this pullback, the 2 days, if it's creating a higher low, giving you a double bottom, day trade here, take profit, leave a runner. It needs to break this level, and you're seeing it's headed and or almost breaking that level. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen. Those are the levels we're looking for. If the market is not going to go up, then just get puts. Okay. So yesterday it was bouncing off 515. So today we need to break above that 515 for SPY. And look at Tesla, the same thing. So I've given the list of stocks that are giving us the bearish slingshot setup. I've put the stocks there in that channel. I'm not going to talk about them today. We'll do them on Sunday. So we've been looking at bullish slingshot. On Sunday, we're going to talk about bearish slingshot. I don't know if that's what I said we'll talk about on Sunday. But we want to see the opposite of how to trade a slingshot setup. So Tesla is there, ADB is there. It means the same way. So when you hit a top, you anticipate to go down and then go lower. So for a bearish slingshot, you've hit the bottom. It's a 52-week low or 2-month low. So like here, this day we hit 160. So for bearish slingshot, you're supposed to go up, and then the next day you're supposed to break that high. So here we went up, and the next day we broke the previous day high. Okay, so if it does that, but it still creates a lower high, you're still riding it down because it's still a lower high. So you're looking for double top, which is what it gave us, or a lower high. So it gave us 179, 178. That's a double top. You're coming down. Now, if you're coming down, excuse me, I'm coming up with a cold, sorry. So when you're coming down, it's still the same stock you're looking for. If it creates a higher low, we came from 160. So if it's creating a higher low, there's a possibility we're still going up. We can break this level and go higher. Okay, so when you go higher, you create a new high, and then the same process of pulling back, or you're doing 50% retracement. So if it's not going higher, then it means we're going to break this 160 and create a new support if it's a failed bullish slingshot. So Tesla, looking at it, MDB and ADB. Okay, so it's the opposite of bullish slingshots. Yeah. So ADB finally broke 485. Now we have 477. So pullback, if a stock has hit 52-week low, you are getting calls, and the next day you're supposed to break the previous day high and go higher. It's the opposite. It's the opposite of a bullish. So what you're doing in the bullish slingshot, you're doing the opposite. So you're getting calls. So the other one, we get puts when it hits the high. This one, we're getting calls when it hits the low. And it's supposed to give you 2 days, you're getting 2 high levels. Okay, so it's supposed to break the day it hits 52-week low. It's supposed to go higher. If it's not going higher than this, you get looking for double top, then you go down. If it's not breaking this level to go lower, then it's a failed bearish slingshot. It means this stock wants to go back up. So ADB, MDB, Tesla, Lulu, they're in that list. Okay, MDB and Lulu. So look at them that way, because if we're anticipating a pullback, you want those stocks that are down there to ride them up. Okay. Any questions? So see here, 337, 338, 337 went up. Then you anticipate to break this high to go higher. So that's what you anticipate for stocks that are hitting 52-week high or 2-month low. Sorry, 52-week low or 2-month low. Get calls, then you're supposed to go higher. So if it's not breaking this level, you get a double top. This one gave us a double top, you're getting puts. If you get puts, you come down and it still rejects this level, it means it wants to go back up. Simple trades. Okay. I think Apple also is there. Any questions? If there are no questions, it's just today and yesterday we start at 8:30 because I wanted to see the reaction of CPI and PPI, but tomorrow we'll go back to our 8 a.m. But no much reaction, but it doesn't mean nothing will happen. Nothing won't happen. We are like, nobody is making a decision. So we want to see who makes a decision when the market opens. But those are the things you're looking out for, the levels we are watching for. So for the stocks that are down there, you want them to go up. You have MDB, ADB, Lulu, McDonald is also there, Apple is there, Tesla. Okay. If the stocks that are giving us slingshot setup, you have Meta. So we're still looking at FANG, GLD, and CAT and DE. Netflix broke support, but it doesn't mean that it cannot go back up. So if it does not go retest that 639 level, then it means plan for puts. And then GS and JPM, every time the market is shaky, always look at retail, financial, airlines, and all that. We saw retail stocks, Coast, DG, they were trying to go back up. So every time you're seeing SPY and QQQ are misbehaving, if you're a person who just wants to trade calls, look at retail, look at even renewable energy, even biotech. The other sectors that have been dead will want to rise up when the market is going down. Okay, I have to go. So those are the stocks we're looking for today, plus of course the semiconductors and my 20. I feel like these people, they usually say a date for the halving event, and then they can just trick us and do it either early or afterwards. That was what they did 4 years ago. So this is a good stock to trade. Every time you have, I've told you guys the trick. Anytime the stock is dropping. Now here, this day, it did not break this support. So we created a higher low. If it's not going back up, just know it's not done going down. So you want 2 days where you're comparing. This day was not enough because this day, it was higher than this. You need MSTR when 2 days, you have 2 days, and in those 2 days, you're breaking the previous day support. That's the day to trade calls for MSTR. You're comparing 2 days. So this was not a good day because this is a day it created a higher low. Yes, it will go up, but you need 2 days. You can go back and see the days you are having. Now you see here. So this is the day it broke this level. We hit this level. Then we broke it. Didn't go so much up. Created a lower high. We went lower. And then you went higher. So you need 2 days or 3 days where it's breaking support without creating a higher low. It's just breaking support. Here, broke support, new low. Broke support, new low. Ride it up. When it's creating a higher low, not the best. You want it here the day it's breaking support. So yes, you can ride calls, but if you want to ride it from the bottom, you want 2 days where it's breaking support. You're seeing here and here we have a new support pullback. Then you need another 2 days where it's doing the same thing. So here it created a higher low. Don't bet on that. You wait for the day it's breaking this support. 2 days here and here you have a new low. So 1375, 1368 went up. Okay, so now you ride it up. So this is the level to watch for. 1730, 1740, or for it to come back to 1431 and retest this lower level to go lower. Okay, that's for MSTR. If you know the trick, then it means you can catch coin, because mostly sometimes they make the same move. Sometimes coin is in its own world, but you want the day you get this. This day it breaks support to new low, you're riding it up, and this one went up. Okay, so coin you're looking at 235, 268. So please put this indicator, then put you want to see the previous week high and the previous week low. Those are the 2 important levels today. Kwaherini. Okay, those are the 2 important levels we are looking at today. Let me sign off. We are running out of time. Kwaherini.
Asante. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.